is a very important product for Maruti Suzuki. For Car Girls India, I am Shruti Menon and let me introduce you to Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara. For the very first time, Maruti Suzuki has stepped foot into this hotly debated, hotly contested mid-size SUV space to fight the likes of Kia Seltos and Hyundai Creta. And let me tell you, they have got all guns blazing. Now, let me remind you one more thing, that the Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara and the Toyota Hyryder are actually birds of the same feather, which means that Maruti Suzuki and Toyota have taken their strategic partnership to the next level with this really collaborative effort this time. While the platform and the mild hybrid are developed by Maruti Suzuki, the strong hybrid is developed by Toyota. So what is important to notice here is that unlike other pseudo SUVs, the Grand Vitara actually stays true to the SUV moniker, which means that it gives us the all-wheel drive with the famed Suzuki's all-grip technology. That reminds me, Maruti, when is the Jimny coming out? To give us an idea of what the Grand Vitara all-wheel drive is capable of, Maruti had set up an off-road proving ground for us, and let me tell you, it was quite some fun. Suzuki's famed all-grip tech was put to test here. Please note that the all-wheel drive is only available with a manual transmission, and this is all-grip select with terrain modes and a lock function. First up, we had a rock bed. Let's just say this was a simulation of the bad roads that we have in India. The Grand Vitara just sailed through with no issues whatsoever. The ascents and the descents section was to showcase the Grand Vitara's climbing capabilities. The ice slab was such a good display of how the traction control and lock functions work together to get out of any such situation that one may face. The articulation pits demonstrated the axle articulation of the Grand Vitara and also how stiff the monocoque body is. Articulation pits are always fun, and this was no different, and the Grand Vitara had absolutely no problems here either. Side inclines are designed to showcase the low center of gravity, and the Grand Vitara was at home here too. Also, there was a simulation of slush, and it's always fun to slide the car around. Wasn't easy, as the all-grip was doing a pretty good job of keeping the car in one straight line as much as possible. Finally came the seesaw. Okay, this was purely for fun, and why not? Okay, so now that you know what the Grand Vitara AWD can do and what it is capable of, let's go on to its very beautiful looks. So the front grille is distinctively Suzuki, and it is a throwback of the S-Cross in the international markets. And the tri-LED elements make up for a good-looking fascia, while the headlamps are set lower. Now there are some elegant cuts and creases on the bonnet, and the chrome grille that connects the LED DRLs adds to the style quotient too, and thankfully the chrome is not overdone. And below we have a silver grey skid plate, which is standard SUV styling. From the side profile, the Grand Vitara does definitely and distinctively look like a SUV. From the high bonnet and the sharply dropping roofline, this combination gives the car a butch look, which Indian customers truly love. Now, if you take a look at the wheels are 17 inches and it's flanked by this glossy wheel cladding. There is more side body cladding, roof rail, large doors that clearly scream SUV. So I think my favorite part of the Grand Vitara has to be the rear end. Now if you take a look at the LED, the tail lights, the LED bar that runs from one side to the other side, coupled with the smoked effect, completely gives the Vitara a very premium look. If you look up, it has shark fin antenna, and the added spoiler is sort of gives the Grand Vitara a very sporty feel. So you've seen the Vitara from the front, from the back, from the left, from the right. You tell us in the comments, which one do you like better? The Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara or the Toyota Hyryder? Alright, now let's talk about the interiors for a little bit. The steering, the buttons, the central infotainment system, the AC controls, they all look a little familiar, but that is not a bad thing. Even the switch gears, the quality of the switch gears is good, and they're laid across the cabin for easy access and for easy use. The material of the switch gears is also good. Now, another talking point of the Grand Vitara is the head-up display. And I am very happy to know that this time they have integrated the navigation system also into the head-up display.
Other features to note are ventilated seats, paddle shifters, a wireless charger, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, a digital multi-information display, a 9-inch infotainment system which works seamlessly with Suzuki Connect that brings 40 plus connected features. The AC works well, and there is also cruise control to set a speed and cruise along, as the name suggests.
Let's talk about the back seat now, shall we? Fairly comfortable seats, good leg space, and these seats are reclinable. Also, there is an armrest. This is really comfortable and really good in case you're being chauffeured around. We have 2 AC vents, and we have 2 charging USB ports. Now, what I like the most, the best part about the back seat is a fully retractable sunroof. This, I think, when it completely retracts, there's so much light coming into the cabin that the cabin feels nice and airy and spacious. Approved by me? The Grand Vitara comes in 2 engine options and 4 primary variants. While both the engines are 1.5 litre petrol, the mild hybrid produces 101 bhp and the strong hybrid produces 114 bhp. The mild hybrid is coupled with a 5-speed manual transmission or 6-speed torque converter automatic, while the strong hybrid is the only available with an eCVT. How do they actually perform? Let's find out. Alright, so at the moment I am driving this strong hybrid variant. And there is a thrust of power whenever I want to overtake, but otherwise the engine is quite pleasant. This strong hybrid variant can be driven in EV mode by just the press of one single button right here. And while there is juice still left in the battery, this vehicle is very happy to be driven in the EV mode. With the Grand Vitara giving a mileage of 27 kilometers per litre, Maruti choosing efficiency over performance is a good thing. It's very cool and it is a boon. Wow, which means in the stop and go traffic in the city, you can actually drive entirely in the EV mode, which is very, very cool. Also, what is cool is that you don't have to charge the batteries separately. This is a proper hybrid, which means that your engine will be charging the battery while it is running and also while braking via regeneration. Now, this is top-notch, world-class Japanese technology. Now, having said all that, we wouldn't have minded a little more power now, would we?
I also got an opportunity to drive the Smart Hybrid Automatic, or in other words, the mild hybrid variant. To be honest, I did not find much of a difference in terms of performance, but definitely you do know and feel the engine running at all times. If I had to pick one though, I would definitely go for the intelligent hybrid, also known as the strong hybrid, and that is total bang for the buck while also being futuristic. To be able to self-charge, drive only in EV mode or in hybrid mode or in engine mode only. It's a great way to beat range anxiety usually associated with electric-only vehicles. And to top it all, Maruti claims you can do about 1,200 kilometers on one full tank of petrol. And that is quite some range.
I have to say, for a car this size, the Grand Vitara turns really well around corners and the body roll is minimal. The suspension is good. It absorbs all the bumps and the potholes very well. And since the seats are well bolstered, it adds to the overall comfort. Considering that the Grand Vitara is, it's not necessarily meant to be an enthusiastic ride, it does very well what it is supposed to be doing. So the Grand Vitara comes with a bunch of safety features. You have 6 airbags, you have ABS, EPD, you have ISOFIX child seat mounts, you have 360-degree camera, you have disc brakes on all 4 wheels, and many more features which are now available for you to see on your screen. So the Grand Vitara is expected to be priced between 11 lakhs and 20 lakhs. This is a very good bargain considering that this car is fully loaded, is supremely comfortable and has some class-leading fuel efficiency. This, coupled with Maruti's reliable after-sales service and Japanese powertrain, the verdict from our end is that the Grand Vitara should be very high on your potential shopping list. Alright guys, that is it from me and Grand Vitara. If you like this episode and if you want super exclusive automotive content, please follow us on Instagram and on YouTube. Till the next time you and I meet, stay safe, drive safe, take care.